change. Change is inevitable. In business and in life, those who resist change are left behind. I've always believed that growth only happens when you step out of your comfort zone. If you're not willing to embrace change, you'll never reach your full potential. I've seen this time and again, both in my own life and in the lives of others. When I look back at the early days of Alibaba, we faced so many challenges that required us to adapt quickly. The internet was new, and most people didn't believe in e-commerce. But we knew that change was coming, and we embraced it. We didn't just adapt to the changes, we welcomed them. That's why Alibaba was able to grow into the company it is today. Many people fear change because it's uncomfortable. But I've learned that greatness only happens outside of your comfort zone. If you're comfortable, you're not growing. Change pushes you to think differently, to innovate, and to find new ways of solving problems. And it's through that discomfort that real progress is made. One thing I always tell people is that change is an opportunity, not a threat. It's an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to become better. The world is changing faster than ever. And if you're not willing to adapt, you'll be left behind. But if you embrace change, you can turn uncertainty into possibility and possibility into success.
Yeah, I love to be with young people. First, I'm still young. And second is that when you are among young people, you know you're young all the time. And young people are the solutions for tomorrow. Young people are the solutions for all the worries. And young people, if you stay with them, you will be full of energetic. But the advice I give to the young people is that also the advice I give to myself, that nothing is easy. Nothing is free. If you want to be successful, you have to pay the price. Alibaba, 18 years to today's size. Yeah, we are lucky, but we work much harder than most of the people. We never sleep well and sound in the evening. I traveled last year 867 hours a year in the plane. In the plane. I'm working hard. My team working very hard. 18 years, we work like a normal company. 70 years. Day and night. Nothing is free. Nothing is easy. Easy means you have to think different. You have to do different. If John said this is right, you follow John. Why you? So you have to think, for example, early days in my company, when some ideas come to my desk, Jack, this is a great idea. And I look at everybody. Everybody say it is a good idea. I normally throw into the rubbish. Because everybody say it is good. Then all the other people think, if everybody say this is going to be very tough, I'm very interested in that tough question. And I pick up and say, how can we do it in a different way? This is to be unique, to be different. And the third, this is my advice. And this is also I'm telling myself every day. Today is very tough. Tomorrow is more tougher. The day after tomorrow is beautiful. But most people die tomorrow evening. You have to work very hard. Every tough days, every tough situations, problems you meet, that is the training of yourself.
Big life changes don't always require dramatic shifts. In fact, it's the small, daily habits that make the biggest impact over time. When I started Alibaba, we were just 18 people in a small apartment. We didn't have the resources or connections that many big companies had, but we built something great through small, consistent actions. The same applies to personal growth. It's about the little things you do every day. One small habit today can completely transform your life tomorrow. Incorporating simple, healthy habits into your routine, like reading or writing, can have a profound impact on your mindset and productivity. It doesn't happen overnight, but over time, these little actions accumulate. One day you'll wake up and realize how much progress you've made. It's not about making huge changes all at once, but about committing to small steps that you repeat consistently. Small habits are like planting seeds. You may not see the results right away, but eventually, those seeds grow into something much bigger. Just like a tree doesn't grow overnight, personal and professional success comes from small, regular efforts. When you invest in these habits, the transformation is inevitable. The problem most people face is they underestimate the power of small actions. They think they need to make drastic changes to see results, but it's the opposite. It's the daily, consistent actions that create real change. Whether it's a 10-minute morning routine or setting aside time to learn something new each day, these small actions add up in the long run. So, where do you start? Begin with just one habit. Add it to your daily routine, and you'll soon find that those small efforts will lead to big changes. Don't wait for the perfect time. Start now with whatever you have. The power of transformation lies in the consistency of your small actions.
It's the guiding light that keeps a company on track, even as it grows and faces new challenges. This principle is what kept Alibaba grounded, no matter how large we became. In business, we often try to change external factors, thinking that if we adjust the situation around us, we'll find success. But I've come to understand that true progress comes when we focus on changing ourselves. I use a metaphor often. If you want to catch the rabbit, don't change the rabbit, change yourself. That means building resilience, developing new skills, and strengthening our mindset so that we can navigate any challenge that comes our way. Throughout my journey, I found that adapting and evolving personally was the key to reaching goals. When Alibaba faced challenges, I realized that the solution often lay within my own capacity to grow. Focusing on personal development meant learning from mistakes, continuously improving, and not being afraid to confront my weaknesses. It wasn't easy, but it was essential. Changing myself allowed me to lead the company through obstacles I never anticipated. Growth is a continuous journey. Sometimes we get so focused on reaching a specific target or achieving a certain milestone that we forget the importance of who we are becoming along the way. I believe that if we focus on our own growth, everything else will fall into place. Goals are important, but building the strength and awareness to achieve those goals is what truly makes them attainable. When we shift the focus to ourselves, our dreams begin to align with our actions. We stop making excuses or waiting for circumstances to change, and we begin making proactive decisions. Personal growth teaches you to be adaptable, to embrace challenges, and to keep pushing forward no matter how difficult things may seem. Each step towards self-improvement is a step closer to your vision. In the end, growth is not just about getting closer to your dream. It's about becoming the person capable of achieving it. Every entrepreneur should remember this. Before changing the world, first look inward and focus on your own transformation. This is where true success begins. When we first started Alibaba, there were 18 of us working in a small apartment. We had no money, no technology, and few resources.
The best way to implement any of these life-changing habits is to start now. Don't wait for the perfect moment because it will never come. One thing I've learned throughout my journey with Alibaba is that waiting for ideal conditions only leads to missed opportunities. You have to take action with what you have, right where you are. Success is not about waiting until everything is in place. It's about making the best of what you have today. Small, consistent actions are the key to significant changes over time. You don't have to overhaul your entire life in one day. Instead, start with one habit, whether it's reading for 10 minutes a day, writing your goals, or incorporating a short exercise routine. These small actions might seem insignificant in the moment, but their impact builds up over time. It's like planting seeds. You won't see the growth immediately, but one day you'll look back and realize how much has changed. The important thing is to not get stuck in the planning phase. Many people spend so much time perfecting their plans that they never get around to taking action. But progress doesn't come from planning. It comes from doing. When I started Alibaba, we didn't have a perfect plan or all the resources we needed, but we took the first step anyway. Action creates momentum, and momentum is what drives success. By starting now, you also create a habit of taking initiative. The more you act, the easier it becomes to take the next step. Over time, this builds discipline and resilience, which are essential for long-term success. It's not about being perfect. It's about being consistent. Small actions done regularly lead to massive transformations in the long run. So, what small step can you take today? Remember, you don't need everything to be perfect to begin. Start with what you have and watch how those small, consistent actions start to change your life over time.